Made it, son. That was a long flight, eh?
Just in time. No, it's alright.
I'm so tired.
It was rough for you, maybe. You know what it is?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Thì cái công thức này là đã giữ được bao lâu rồi?
Cái này là nguyên bản từ thời ngoại chú. Ngoại thì ngày xưa ở quê thì thực ra là cũng bán phở gánh thôi.
I did something crazy on a recent trip to Vietnam. I tasted 10 bowls in 24 hours at the top 10 pho restaurants in Ho Chi Minh City. It is a ridiculous amount, and the reason I did it was I was curious. I wanted to know how my pho stacks up with the world's best.
The MSG, bro. Too much pork nut.
Tell them about the VTEC.
The 621 just kicked in.
À, mở xay cà phê đúng không?
Pork nut.
Bột ngọt hả?
This is part 2. I hope you're enjoying your holidays. Happy New Year, and thank you for 4,000 subs. We're going to get straight into it. And picking things up from episode 1, I visited 4 pho restaurants on the first night. Pho Hami Bon, Pho Hoa, Pho Hồng, Pho Lệ. And you'd think after all those bowls, we'd go back to the hotel, get an early one in preparation for the big day ahead. Nope, we did the opposite. We were out all night, got absolutely plastered, and this is a selfie at 4:30 a.m. crawling back into the hotel.
Chào anh. Đây có quà cho anh với bạn à. Chắc gửi cho đi rồi phải về lấy.
Đi ăn.
Đi ăn.
The next morning, I woke up and we walked it to our 5th pho restaurant.
Phở Phú Vuong.
Phở Phu Vuong.
Dạ, phở Phú Vuong.
Did you have coffee there this morning?
Yeah, yeah.
Hang on. So you went there this morning?
This morning, full
Without
cup.
me?
Yep, full cup. And I ate over there.
This store was literally 50 meters down the road on the same street as our hotel. I knew nothing about the joint, but by the time I walked out, I was saying, why hasn't anyone told me about this place? Because it is so good.
What?
Tái bò riêng. Ướp bánh phở thôi nha. Với một tô đặc biệt.
To be truthful, I was not looking forward to the next bowl about to come out, because how on earth do you top the damn near perfect bowl that we had at Pho Lệ the night before? If anything, you'd have to feel sorry for the next bowl about to come out, because that is such a hard act to follow.
To be honest,
This is tough.
I'll be damned. This bowl blew my socks off. I mean, I could not believe it. It was near perfect. The broth was deep and rich, and it had its own unique personality, aka the X Factor. How on earth did they get the broth like this? I was having one of those rare moments where I'm just thinking, what on earth happened in the kitchen to get it this good? And that's when it hit me. The answer lies on the staff uniform and the giant billboard sign out the front. You see, this store has a location in Hanoi as well as one in Saigon. And their slogan reads, "Originates from the north, modified to suit the disconcerting taste of southerners." What does this even mean? It just means this broth isn't a true northern broth, but at the same time, it's not a strict southern one either. It's what I'll refer to as an in-betweener. It's got the best of both worlds. And that's when I realized this is a style of broth that fascinated me. And I'm gonna be honest, I absolutely love this bowl. It was a sleeper.
It's a sign. Not pick up the bowl.
It is a must try. Speaking of the northern broth, this takes us to stop number 6, Pho Thin, which is the first true northern broth, or Pho Bắc, on the list. And I was very eager to try this. It's located in District 1, a couple of blocks away from where we were, and we decided to walk it there. Before I talk about what the bowl actually tastes like, there's a very, very important side story I need to share with you. I grew up in a southern family. We ate southern pho. All the restaurants around the area sold southern pho. That was it. That was gospel. And even if you tried, you could not find a Pho Bắc. For obvious reasons, no one wanted to admit they were from the north, because back in the days, things were pretty sensitive. So my cousins and I, being kids, were naturally curious. And we'd ask, what does a Pho Bắc taste like? To which we're always told this infamous story. That one time in Hanoi, when my aunties and uncles traveled there back in the 90s, they described it as the worst place ever. Don't ever go there. It's a very dangerous place. The people are rude and they don't know how to cook.
Excuse me.
What?
What's this?
Fur? It's a fur.
This is not a fur.
Are you trying to insult how my mum... Are you trying to insult the way of the north?
This thing they tried to pass off as a pho, it was horrendous. And they had the audacity to ask, how many spoons of MSG would you like in your bowl? Plus you get this condiment jar of MSG on your table to knock yourself out.
But the MSG is bussin'. Customers are always right.
Not in Hanoi. So that is all I ever knew a Pho Bắc to be. It was painted as this bad guy. It's the enemy. But it wasn't until I opened up Pho Q a couple of years ago that I was the first person to put a Pho Bắc on the menu. It was a very popular option on the menu, but the only reason I got rid of it was I actually don't know what it's meant to taste like. So I wasn't sure what I was putting out there was the real deal. So that is a segue of my past and my understanding of what a Pho Bắc to be, leading up to this point where I found myself sitting in front of this bowl.
Quậy.
Quậy là cái này là phở Bắc. Phở Bắc mới có quậy là như là nói chung là miền Bắc khi mà ăn những cái món nước á, kiểu là phải cho thêm quậy nữa.
Yeah, put this one.
Hey, there's that garlic thing I told you last night. Hồi tối trước khách sạn á, ăn một chút nôi lúc khuya á, có cái này luôn.
Lạ ha. Đây là vị Bắc mà.
Đúng rồi, vị Bắc.
The northern version, very little spice. And it's got a totally different personality. So what does a Pho Bắc actually taste like? Well, first off, completely different. It doesn't even resemble a southern pho. And the version that I cooked here a few years ago wasn't even close. So I was way off. And the best way to describe them is, say this is a Pho Bắc and this is the southern pho. They are like siblings. It's like brothers or sisters with completely different personalities. One's an introvert, one's an extrovert. So they are not the same. The Pho Bắc, very plainish. I could not taste any spices, and the way in which the sweetness comes on, very unique. It's like it doesn't come from the sugars, but it comes from the natural sweetness of the broth and probably the MSG.
Very crunchy. Oh, very crunchy. Trying to get an interview.
I don't know what was high or not. I asked for an interview and they said yes.
Cô kêu hỏi chú, mới là người nấu.
Here we go. I put my interview skills to the test. Place was packed out. I got up there and did my thing. And ladies and gentlemen, this is Chef Hui, one of the legends of pho in this city, but I'm just going to call him Uncle Hui. I asked him one question. What is the secret to a better pho to help everyone out there cook a better one for your friends and loved ones? And this is what he had to say.
Em tên là Leighton, em từ bên Úc. Em cũng có một cái quán phở cũng nổi tiếng. Thì em có một cái kênh trên đài YouTube á. Thì em mới bay đến Việt Nam để thưởng thức mấy cái quán mà họ nói là nổi tiếng ở Saigon đó. Thì cái này là một trong mấy cái quán mà em đến thưởng thức. Thì em muốn hỏi anh đúng một câu thôi. Thì rất là nhiều người ở trên đài của em muốn học cái cách để nấu phở ngon hơn. Thì em muốn hỏi nếu mà anh có đúng một cái lời khuyên á, cho các bạn nấu phở ngon hơn đó, thì cái điều đó là điều gì?
Nấu phở ngon, cái câu đó là
ngẩng mặt lên, ngẩng mặt lên.
chủ yếu là cái ấy thôi.
Bên Úc, con gái bên Úc mà.
Con gái bên Úc.
Con gái bên Úc.
Thành phố Melbourne.
Cháu ở Melbourne. Em đại học năm thứ 2 rồi. Cái đúng thì đúng, nếu mà phở ngon đấy thì tức là mỗi người thì một cái khẩu vị, một cái ý cháu. Một người ta một người một cái cách nấu, nhưng mà cái tựu chung lại ấy, thì thực ra thì vẫn là cái gia vị thì có thể là nó có cái điểm chung, nhưng mà cái cách nêm và thực chất ra là phải cái nhiệt lửa của mình, và cái chất liệu như cái thịt, xương với thịt là mình phải những cái chất liệu thật là chuẩn, phải thịt phải ngon. Đây là các cụ là gánh, bán gánh. Vậy là mình bây giờ là người ta vẫn dùng những cái có thể là bếp điện, bếp ga, nhưng mà mình vẫn sử dụng cái lò của như ông bà mình ngày xưa.
Đúng rồi, nó rất là kiểu cổ.
Đúng rồi, nó riêng. Cái này thì được cái là nhiệt nó rất là cao, nhiệt nó rất là hầm xương rất là tốt.
Đúng rồi, Huy 110 đây thì ông cấm.
Dạ, cảm ơn.
Bên Úc còn nhiều đó.
Ủa em không có giúp anh chút nào?
Giúp gì?
Ủa anh kìa.
Không sao, anh vẫn giải quyết được.
Trời giỏi. Good job.
Going through Uncle Hui's top tips. Number one, use quality ingredients. Use a good amount of bones and a quality cut of meat. This one is self-explanatory. If you're cooking at home for your friends and loved ones, of course you're going to use the best. But where we are in Ho Chi Minh City, where there are a lot of dodgy operators, a lot of cowboys out there, and this one makes perfect sense. Tip number 2, temperature. I've gone through this in my previous Pho Ga tutorial, and I explained it using a Coke can. Go check it out for yourself. Tip number 3, it is all in the seasoning. It's what I've been trying to say this entire time on the channel. And if you want to cook a better pho, you need this. This is what I use at the store. It is Gnor's Hat Neb. And would you believe, over the last 2 months, I've sent a record amount out. In fact, while I was over there, I sent 10 orders out from my hotel room. Good morning, day 2 in Ho Chi Minh City. Starts off with me sending out Hat Nem orders. Bro, I'm sending out Hat Nem packets in the comfort of my hotel room. Check this out.
Yeah, baby.
Right, how'd you sleep?
Yeah, like a baby.
Sacramento, you can get a taste. Glendale, CA, you can get a taste. New Cumberland, PA, you can get a taste. And down in Sydney, Oyster Bay, you can get a taste of a better pho with Gnor's Hat Nem. Just the other week, I sent 20 packets over to New York. That was like $1,000 order. And I've got another 3 packets to send out after I shoot this video. This one here is going out to Arkansas. So a stupid amount. You can now find it on my online store at phoq.com.au/shop. Can't even say it. Like that famous line from the movie, come get some. Get some, baby! Tip number 4 doesn't come from Chef Wee. It's from his wife or auntie. I went to sit down and she drops a hot one. Use better fish sauce.
Bên nước mình là có nước mắm ngon, mắm truyền thống.
I didn't think about it until recently, but it makes so much sense because say 9 of you cook my internet pho recipe and you season it with run-of-the-mill squid brand fish sauce, stock standard stuff, and then one of you seasons theirs with better fish sauce. A single origin, first press fish sauce from, say, Pho Quoc. That is the bowl that's going to taste better. And this is what she's getting at. Because what you need to realize is the fish sauce that you find on supermarket shelves, that is only a fraction of what's really available over in Vietnam. There are a lot of fish sauce factories that never make it to our shores. So if you want a better pho, use better fish sauce. Last but not least, I want to say a sincere thank you to Auntie and Uncle. Cảm ơn cô, cảm ơn chú for allowing me to film in the store. It's a dream come true. This is all I ever wanted to do. To travel, sit down in someone else's store, have a bowl and have a chat. Got to do that. It's made me very happy. And they didn't know me from a bar of soap. I turned up that morning unannounced, yet they were so welcoming. And if they welcome me, they welcome everyone on this channel. This place is a must try. Go down and see Auntie and Uncle next time you're in Ho Chi Minh City and experience a Pho Bắc for yourself.
I got what I wanted.
Over on our right is Chợ Bến Thánh markets. I must see when you come here to Saigon, Ho Chi Minh City.
Stop number 7, Pho 2000 or Pho Hang Yin. This place is famous because someone famous died here once. Let me give you a hint. Their slogan reads, Pho for the president. That's right, the top G himself, Bill Clinton, had a bowl of pho here once and they've milked it ever since. It's like that Bún Chả place in Hanoi that Barack Obama and the late Andrew Bourdain visited.
Give me my phone.
No.
Ủa, nó đóng hả? What?
Anh có biết ở đâu còn phở Hàn không ạ? Em ngồi đây em bắt xe.
Nó có bao nhiêu chi nhánh?
Close down. Private.
Dạ, để em xuống.
Not even Bill Clinton could save this place.
Dạ.
Em tìm thử giùm anh.
Not after the scandal anyway.
Đang trong này.
Tell us.
What the hell? Weren't we here yesterday?
New one.
Phở, dạ.
Ủa là đây hả?
Dạ vâng vâng.
Ở đây.
Ở đây để xếp cái menu.
When we got there, something was off. This store didn't feel like a pho restaurant. It felt more like a cafe/hotel, which is what it is. Out the front, we've got a dining area and a big glass door leading to the hotel foyer. And half of the foyer is occupied by the restaurant. And they've got this partition thing down the middle. And I don't know, it just felt really weird.
That's it, huh? The average taste of a pho.
Looking around, 100% tourists. I couldn't see any local person eating there. Not that it's a bad thing, but bowl-wise, I'm gonna have to agree with my man Ronnie, very stock standard. And for this reason, I'm gonna rate this bowl okay. And that is it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it. Stick around for part 3 where we make our way to the top of the city. Literally. My name's Leighton. I'll see you in the next one.